Well, folks, if you're just joining us now, we're in the last few seconds of the fourth quarter. In this game between the Hawks and the Cougars, the score is still tied, 0-0. Only a minute 8 to go, and the Hawks have taken the field. And there's a Great Dane being launched across the field into a tuba? The tuba player! He shoots the Great Dane back over into a trash can. And the Hawks are about to send Flash Granger into the game, seeing if he can maybe turn this thing around. Here goes Flash. He's at the 30, the 20, the 10, the 5... Touchdown, Hawks, and the game is over! Welcome to Mysteries in the Machine. And I'm Ethan. Sorry, got stuck in character for a little bit there.
Yeah, sports ball, am I right? Yeah?
Listeners, you've read the title of this episode. Charlie knows nothing about sports in general.
Listen, okay, it's not that I know nothing about sports, it's that I don't keep up with anything. I know how some sports are played, some, not football extensively.
Sure.
I definitely know more about baseball.
You said your dad really likes baseball, right?
Yeah, and like we used to go to like minor league games like a bunch because they had theme nights and stuff. So like
Sure.
I got into baseball, like this one team specifically for a bit. But like not like anything else. I was just like, I'm invested in this one singular game, at a time and not like anything else.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ethan, I've already talked about this before on the pod, but you remember when I said that the first like book I tried to write was Scooby-Doo, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm familiar.
It was gonna be a sports ball book too. It was gonna be a sports
writing
ball
a sports mystery?
Listen. My dad was like, yeah, you're gonna get all the like the Red Sox Kid Nation stuff because like we like sports ball in this house. We like baseball. We like the Boston Red Sox.
I think he likes them and you're just getting stuff.
And I was just like, I like baseball caps. I like free stuff.
Free stuff is good.
It did end up getting me an obsession with getting metal lunchboxes. So I do tend to collect metal lunchboxes every so often. And I just use them as storage for fun things.
Okay. Good stuff.
Fun. But yeah, I was gonna write a Boston Red Sox mystery.
That would have been really cool, actually.
I don't even remember anything else about it. I think I was still plotting. I had got them to the stadium, something was about to happen, and that was it.
Okay. It's definitely a work in progress.
It was a work in progress. There was a mystery being made, but I was just like, no, I wanna write the gang talking and doing stuff because that sounds like fun.
Yeah.
And they're such easy characters to write for, like honestly.
Yeah, I mean honestly, in this early iteration, there are more archetypes than characters at this point.
True, absolutely. Now, Ethan,
yes.
This episode that we're talking about, the ghost that sacked the quarterback.
Yes.
Wild.
Which that episode title is a little misleading.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Points off for that. I don't know. Ray, if you're listening, it's just like what we do on our pod.
Yeah. The quarterback does get kidnapped. I'll say that.
The ghost that kidnapped the quarterback.
Yeah. But I get they wanted to go for like the rhyme scheme there.
Yeah, exactly. It is a very good, catchy title, enjoyable. So, as Ethan has already narrated for us beautifully in his announcer voice, listeners, should he keep doing like weird shit like this? I think this.
I'm living for doing weird shit like this. It was actually Charlie's idea for me to do the announcer voice for this.
I think because we did it like an accent. The last time too, we did, it was a dark and stormy night. So if we should keep doing stuff like that every so often, let us know. I think it's funny. And if Ethan is able to and willing to,
I'm willing.
We'll keep doing it. He's a DM, he's gotta do voices. So keep him on his toes.
For every Knives Out episode we do, I'm going to do Benoit Blanc.
You should.
It is only proper.
So today we are at the sports ball place, the football stadium.
I say, you know more than that about sports.
I do, but sometimes it's funny just to say sports ball, okay? I just think it's funny.
Okay.
And they won the game. They did a good job at that.
Mm-hmm.
And this guy just disappears. Is this already like shenanigans? Because
Well,
I don't understand how people disappear in this.
We saw Scooby get... Okay, how does he get launched
Oh, that's true.
across the field first?
There was also that as well.
Did he just jump? What happened there? Hold on, I'm watching the part of the episode back.
Tripped.
Something
First,
like that.
why is he on the field? I feel like that's not allowed.
I think he's supposed to be a cheerleader. No, he just straight up jumps. That I feel like there's something missing there.
I feel like there was a wild magic surge that happened.
Yeah.
By accident.
And he lands in the marching band, like the main tuba of the marching band. He lands inside of it ass first,
yes.
and gets launched across back to where he was.
But in a trash can. He lands in a trash can instead.
Yeah.
Ass first again.
Yep.
And then he has to run while wearing the trash can. I think the running while wearing it still is a second shenanigan.
I agree.
So already up to 2.
Yep.
Because he sees our zombie quarterback guy, who has a name. I do keep forgetting it. It's the Rambling Ghost.
We never get, like, a name of the actual person this is supposed to be, but...
They just decided to call him the Rambling Ghost, and I'm like...
Which, like, granted, at this time, there were a lot more nicknames, at least in professional football. Like, at this time, you had guys like Mean Joe Green and Ed Too Tall Jones.
Yeah,
nowadays, it's not as common for nicknames to take over as opposed to, like, players' actual names. It's a whole branding thing.
Yeah, that's fair. I still think there should have been, like, a fun nickname for this guy. Rambling Ghost is just kind of boring. Also, do we not love the, like, 70s football outfits?
Oh, yeah. I'm living for that because they gave so much less of a shit about player safety at this time compared to now. And now it's still not great, but at least there are things that have been engineered to make it so it is less likely for players to get injured.
Yeah. I mean, it's oh no, it's not the 70s outfits. Everyone else is wearing normal ass football outfits. It's the ghost that wears the older.
The ghost is wearing one that's from like the 30s, I think he said.
That's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah. Even worse. That was basically just a leather cap, a shirt, and pants. Like, there was no protection at all. It was still closer to rugby at that point.
Insane. Absolutely insane. Wild. So, apparently, this is the mascot that comes out of, like, the clock, or what?
The scoreboard?
They have a mechanical mascot. That's kind of weird already.
Yeah, that's unusual, because typically mascots are furries that are on the payroll for specific teams, so...
You know what, Ethan? Once again, we're going to get into the furry talk.
Yep.
I think the reason that I should have known is that I always wanted to be a mascot. I always thought they were fun. But that's also because they're always the one having the most freaking fun.
Yeah, because they're jumping around, they're throwing t-shirts into the crowd.
And I'm just like... I want to wear a full costume, have no one know who I am, and do the silliest fucking shit.
Yeah, do silly shit.
I want to do that. So I was obsessed with that.
The mascot for my college, they just put a head on a person instead of like a full suit because...
That works.
Yeah. But the thing is, the mascot does the amount of push-ups or however many points we have in a game. So I don't think you'd want to do that.
With the head on...
With the head... The head weighs like 10 pounds, so it's not heavy, but it's not light.
Yeah, wild. I don't like the ones that are supposed to look like people.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of that.
Those ones are creepy. The animal ones, fine.
Yeah.
Absolutely fine. People, creepy as hell. Don't like
it. For my preferred NFL football team, our mascot's a wolf, so...
Yeah. My favorite mascot was a boxing kangaroo, so...
Oh yeah, that was that minor league team, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. There used to be a minor league team baseball team in Kansas City called the Kansas City T-Bones, and their mascot was just a big bull.
Insane. Okay.
Yeah.
Sure. Go off.
Anyway.
So yeah, mechanical mascot, it's foggy out, they're carrying the guy, and he just disappears.
Yeah. How?
Somehow
there's
did the
so
mechanical
many
thing make him disappear? Because, like, I feel like this was not explained.
It's not, but I think it's implied that the mascot, the mechanical mascot, in air quotes, like, swooped in and grabbed him.
Yeah. It's not like it's seen with him or anything, but, like, I don't know. It does disappear shortly after he disappears as well, and then we get the guy on top of the scoreboard, so it's like, okay, and then he disappears again. So, shenanigans.
Pure shenanigans.
Pure shenaniganery happening in this
Is that one or two? Because I think it's... How many are you willing to...
Is the mechanical mascot itself a shenanigan?
I think so, because that doesn't really happen.
Then it's two.
Actually, I'm gonna look it up.
I feel like it wasn't a thing at that time.
It probably isn't. Okay. Yeah, not really.
Alright.
There's one. So Georgia Tech, they have a mechanical mascot that's a Ford Model A, the car.
Why? Just why? Stop being extra, Georgia Tech.
Even though technically their actual mascot is a Hornet, so I don't know what's going on there.
No, that's dumb. It's dumb.
But yeah, it doesn't really happen that much, if at all.
So we have a man missing, and the gang is like, well, we're gonna go in the mystery machine and go talk to somebody at their house. It's wild.
How do they know where this man lives?
They just know where people live because they're able to find people all the damn time, so...
Yeah.
What's up with these history checks? What's going on here?
Yeah. I mean, my girl Velma, I love her to death, but that's stalker behavior.
Does she just, like, memorize the phone book?
It wouldn't surprise me.
I think that's what happens. Is that she just, eidetic memory, looks at, like, the phone book and, like, whatever address things that are people find. Yeah, there you go. So they go to see Mr. Prentice, the owner of the Hawks.
Mm-hmm.
So, sir, do you know what's going on here? Well, we have lore again. Mm-hmm. The fact that they called the player the Rambling Ghost.
It's not necessarily unusual for that to be the case.
It's still weird. I don't know. I just think it's a dumb name.
Okay, let's see.
Tell me some better sports ball names.
I am looking them up right now. Okay, so this is according to the NFL. Okay, so back in the day, you have Bears running back Walter Payton. He went by Sweetness. Pretty cool. A little bit more recently, Deion Sanders. His nickname was Primetime. He's made a whole brand off of that. Steelers running back Jerome Bettis, the Bus. A lot of people called him that. Another Chicago Bear, William the Refrigerator Perry. He was a big man. Like...
That's just funny.
Reggie White, the Minister of Defense. Again, another big man. Gilbert Brown, the Gravedigger. Getting more recently, Megatron, Calvin Johnson. So there's a lot better nicknames out there.
Yeah. So, Rambling Ghosts. I don't know what that assumes the guy was like, but...
Actually, back in the day, there was a guy called the Galloping Ghost. That was his nickname.
That's still a better name. You know why that's a better name, though? The alliteration.
Yeah.
Rambling just doesn't do it for me. So he existed in the 30s, he laid a curse there, and he was booed and then disappeared.
Yep.
It's not the greatest lore?
No. How bad do you have to be booed to place a curse on a stadium and have it work?
I don't know. He must have, like, lost a very important game.
I guess so. Maybe, like, a championship game?
Maybe, like, he fumbled. Maybe he's the Rambling Ghost because somehow he just, like, tripped. Like, so badly.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't get it, man.
We don't get lore on where the nickname came from, so That's all we got.
So he's cursed everything, and now they're doomed because they don't have their best player. What are they going to do without the quarterback, the MVP, as you might say?
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, Scooby is playing with the trophies in the corner and gets one stuck on his head.
Shenanigans.
And the gang is like, okay, see if the ghost appears again. Maybe he will at the next practice session. We'll see.
Yeah.
And Scooby is scared because they might see it again. So he puts the trophy back on his head.
Yep.
So we are investigating the stadium to see if there's any clues here on the fields.
Mm-hmm.
And Shaggy and Scooby immediately try to run the heck away. They're like, can we slay house? Okay, I guess not. And they do meet another player. The guy who's gonna replace Flash Granger, who was kidnapped.
Good old Crunch Connors.
Crunch Connors. Again, the alliteration. We do have some great names of the players, I do think.
Yeah. I think those are both nicknames, though.
Probably.
But
But also, random background character who's a black guy, our only one in the episode.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a little bit wild because it's not important to anything, but like I guess they wanted to differentiate.
I guess.
I don't know what to say about that.
Me neither.
But they do suspect him for the moment because they're like, oh, he's gonna replace Flash. Maybe it could be him. Who knows? And
he disappears.
Like, literally, Sparkles, he gone. He was training, and then he disappeared.
And then the Ramajos is just there. Inexplicably just there.
What are you doing, sir?
Why are you here?
How are you doing this? What spells are you casting on these people?
Good question.
He's teleporting. Oh no. Now the gang has to start running, because we gotta have a chase scene. He immediately follows Scooby and Shaggy, going into one of the tunnels. They hide in a ticket booth. And Scooby...
He pulls an Odysseus. Hey, dude!
Hey, you! I thought that was the Santa Claus. Hey, you!
You know, close enough.
Same thing.
Yeah.
It's like, don't you need a ticket to be in here? It's like, he's like, I don't think he needs a ticket. I think he's good. And shenanigans, where he tries to open up the door to the little ticket booth, and they keep closing it, and he keeps opening it, and they keep closing it. And then Scooby's like, wait, better idea. I'm gonna sneak out the tiny little glass, like, semicircle that people hand the tickets out in.
By turning into a snake. Or something.
As one does. That's true shenanigans, I think.
Yeah.
Now, for some reason, this thing is still chasing them. They bump into the hot dog delivery guy, and
they both get wrapped up in this rope of hot dogs.
Okay, this thing was so poorly packaged because this man trips, it immediately breaks open, and all the hot dogs are poured on them.
Yeah, and they fall down this ramp, they go into a turnstile, and get launched back the other way.
Well, that is how turnstiles work in cartoons. I don't know what to tell you. What's funnier is that the ghost is like, he chased them to the turnstile and then they're gone by the time he gets there.
Yep.
And then they get launched into the rest of the gang and start eating the hot dogs. They should.
Shenanigans. 2 of them.
At least. It's so much.
I'm counting 1 for tripping the hot dog vendor and getting wrapped up, and another for getting launched from the turnstile.
Yeah, I see it. It's valid. So, once again, we gotta split up and look for clues here in this place, even though we were already split up.
Very recently.
Yeah.
Scooby's going through lockers every so often, just checking, and then he sees the ghost, says it's nothing, and then just keeps going.
Like, is it that he didn't notice, or he didn't want?
I don't think he wanted to. But the second time, he does notice, and then it's gone?
Either way, that's a shenanigan, because the fuck, Scooby?
What is going on here?
Oh no, he just didn't notice. He had no idea what was happening.
No.
He's just going through the motions. Shaggy finds a clue, quote unquote. What is this doing here?
I have no idea what this mechanical horse is doing here.
In the football players' locker room.
Yeah.
What?
I truly don't know. I don't know what sort of athletic training they were doing in the 70s, but this makes no sense.
So Shaggy turns it on, and they end up, like, climbing on it, and the ghost is, like, chasing them anyway. So, like, it works because it just keeps walking and galloping away.
They go through the steam room.
Yes.
And they get shrunk to, like, 1 foot tall.
They go underneath the ghost's legs, and then they go through the showers, and then they're fine again. And the horse runs into a table, and it launches them. So... How
many shenanigans is this?
Okay, horse is a shenanigan. Horse's existence is a shenanigan.
Yep.
Steam room.
Yep.
Shower room.
Yep.
And then I guess getting launched.
Okay.
And they get launched right in the middle of a group huddle of the football players. I don't know why we're huddling in the locker room.
I think they were looking at the bulletin boards in the background there.
Maybe. But the rambling ghost appears, and everybody's, like, running away. And Scooby and Shaggy fall into a whirlpool bath. Again, what?
There are whirlpool tubs. That's not what they look like or how they work.
No, I don't think they have 2 settings, which are fast and super fast.
Precisely.
The rambling ghost turns into super fast, and they get launched all the way to the roof of the building outside.
Not even the roof of that building, the roof of a different building. And the other, like, the smart gang is already just there.
didn't even mention the Shaggy found a clue because I was like, this is just 50 shenanigans in a trench coat.
Correct.
Right here. Shaggy did find a clue, actually, when he found the horse. I thought the horse was the clue.
It was not. It was the paper.
I don't know where Daphne is, but they found Fred and Velma.
Yeah.
And Fred's like, hey, we're gonna check out this other room. And they run away, and they're like, you guys babies?
Yeah, what the fuck is this?
Shaggy and Scooby appear 5 seconds later, wearing baby clothes in a stroller.
I guess they didn't sell some of the clothes they were trying to sell to Merlin.
Guess
They just
not.
had some that stuck around.
More baby clothes, why not? I'm like, I almost feel like Shaggy and Scooby just have disguised self as a cantrip. Like, what's going on here?
They'd
At all
have to at this
times.
point.
And this is great, because Fred's like, Scooby, you just need to put your nose in there, okay? Just sniff out what's going on. And he writes another shenanigan on there because Scooby puts his literal nose in there. His nose turns into a snake attached to his body because it extends, and then it touches a man who is sitting in the room and appears that like it has eyes because then it retracts and Scooby's like, there's a man in there. There's a man in there, Ethan.
There's a man. He's just sitting there. Menacingly.
I can't. I think I figured out what our more merch things that we're gonna need to make. Just one is like menacing, my favorite crime.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so this man is clearly not the Rambling Ghost. He
No.
operates the scoreboard.
Yep.
Ellsworth is his name.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, the ghost grabbed me, and I don't remember anything else. I just work here, man. I don't know. Daphne has suddenly appeared back in the room.
No explanation for that.
I know we don't comment on animation errors, but it's funny when it's like
A whole character is
continuity-
missing.
continuity in the episode. Oh my goodness. Now Shag and Scoop open a door, and they see a shadowy figure. Oh no! It's the ghost, right?
No.
Nah, it's just another football player. It's fine. This is Bulldog Kritovsky.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's his given name. I don't know what you're smiling about, Ethan.
If
On
that
his
is
birth
indeed his given
certificate.
name. Jesus. Alright.
Just like Rambling Ghost is on the ghost's birth certificate.
Obviously. So we're back on the field again. And Fred's like, alright, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna recreate what Crutch Connors was doing to figure out what could have happened to him. And Shaggy's like, well, who would be dumb enough to do that? And then Daphne just sticks a helmet on Scooby, and he becomes a Goomba? Just shrinks himself to fit inside the helmet, and his legs are sticking out?
Yes. And then Fred, this is a separate thing, because Fred just grabs the hat with the feet and just shakes it out, and Scooby's cured.
Shenanigans.
Insane. Also, the guy was up there just to make sure the scoreboard keeper spelled his name right. Poor guy.
I mean, he's got a Polish last name. Those are
Yeah.
hard to spell.
I hope I said it correctly. I have no idea.
I think it's Kratowski. I think that's how it's pronounced.
Alright, cool. Now, Scooby becomes football player.
Yes.
For a split second, until he remembers, oh shit, I'm in a cartoon. I must trip and fall. He did a great job, though.
Yes.
And then he becomes one with the tires that he was trying to go in and out of. And then suddenly, he
He's
falls
gone.
into a pit. And then he comes back up. And he falls back into the pit. And they're like, what the fuck? What's that over there? It's a pit.
I kind of one shenanigan for him going into the tires and another one from him bouncing up and down.
Right? I love it. It's amazing. So we got a tunnel, but there's two. So we got to split up again. Hot Gang goes one way, Nerd Gang goes the other way.
Mm-hmm.
And Scooby's like, I don't want to go. What are you, a scaredy cat? Velma says. And Scooby-Doo turns into a cat.
Yeah. Hello?
Frightening.
Terrible. Terrifying. Why?
There was so much detail on that, too.
That's where the animation budget went.
Absolutely, all of it right there. So they keep walking through this tunnel. Suddenly, they find the end of it. And I don't know what Velma did to make the ladder appear, because there was just rock.
I think she rolled a nat 1 on perception, and she was the only one who rolled anything.
I think so. But you think she got a nat 1?
Maybe like a 7.
Okay.
It was less than 10.
I just think it's funny. She, like, pats the wall for a second, and the next time there's a ladder there. And then they use the ladder to get up to the Hall of Fame, the greats of the Gridiron Hall of Fame.
Gridiron, but yeah.
Gridiron. Sorry, I'm reading the thing, and I forgot what was said in the episode.
That's okay.
And the ghost is just here.
Yeah, just, not only that, he's just sitting at a desk, writing
doing his
stuff.
paperwork.
Why do ghosts need to do paperwork?
Ethan.
But no, it's the newspaper that Shaggy had found earlier.
I was gonna make a joke about how the underworld is all paperwork. Why do you think Hades is so annoyed all the time?
Yeah. Honestly, Hades, his job is like the border patrol, essentially.
Yeah, exactly.
Except
Have
less
you
racist.
played Hades?
Yes, the first one.
Yeah, so like that's what I'm picturing. Like just constantly at the desk doing paperwork all fucking day.
Yeah.
Oh, all right, guys. So Velma's like, "Ooh, we need to go over there. Someone needs to go over there." And she turns back to Scooby and Shaggy. They're like, "Yeah, somebody. You should go over there." She's like,
You're the shortest.
Excuse me, we're gonna do this fairly, even though usually they just make like Scooby go anyway. But they play odd or even, which this is something I've only seen like done in Scooby's media.
Yeah, not rock, paper, scissors. Is that copyrighted? Who owns the copyright to rock, paper, scissors? Like,
Is rock, paper, scissors copyrighted? I love that that's the thing. No.
why didn't they do that? I guess because there's 3 people
Odd
to be harder.
or even game. Hand game. I want to, because I don't ever hear about this except for in Scooby-Doo. I swear.
Maybe it's an older game that people don't play as much anymore.
The fucking Greeks and Romans had this. They did this.
What?
What?
Okay, cool.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot about this
Okay.
that I can find, but it exists. Sure. Okay, Scooby loses. And he has to go and, sneaky, figure out what's going on. He does pretty good for a minute there. He gets up to the desk, and then he's using his tail to try to grab things on the desk, but he can't see his tail, so it ends up right in front of the ghost, attaches to a paperclip the ghost was using, because, again, he's doing his fucking paperwork. Why do you have a paperclip here, sir?
No, his tail goes into a vase, and it nearly breaks the vase. By yoinking off the table.
He does get the vase. The vase is okay. You know what? That might be one shenanigan. And then the paperclip. Because he does get his tail caught in there, and that's when the ghost is like, "Hey, you're here."
Mm-hmm.
Rawr. I feel like we got like a snippet of almost a door's gag here.
Yeah, kinda. But either way, in the commotion, Velma grabs the paper and they all run out of the room.
Yeah. Scooby grabs a box of footballs and throws it at the ghost, who does not get tripped up.
Somehow.
He rolled pretty good.
He rolled pretty good in his athletics check, which, given his occupation, not surprising.
You hear that, Abby? You can't just use the ball bearings anytime you want. It won't always work.
There's still a decent chance it'll work.
And the ghost finds them disguised in one of the displays.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. Shaggy is the legs, Scooby is the top part of one football player, and Velma just hid behind, like, the sign.
I guess.
Because she's 4'9", okay?
She's tiny.
She's tiny girl, tiny lady. And they run. But they don't see the ghost. Where could he be? Oh shit, trapdoor.
Yep. Luckily they land on a pile of laundry, but now they're in this dungeon with Flash Granger and Crunch Connors, who are just here.
Okay. Is it a shenanigan that they stood on the exact spot of a trap?
Yes.
Cool. I also would count the display as 2 shenanigans for Velma just being that tiny and them taking up one person's space.
Mm-hmm.
Now, our 2 football players describe what the heck happened. They fell. They fell in trapdoors.
Mm-hmm.
So they're doomed. They're all doomed.
Mm-hmm.
They're all gonna die in here with the laundry.
Except Velma has a plan, and that plan is to inflate a canvas laundry bag with Scooby inside of it, pop it with one of her bobby pins, and shoot him back up through the trapdoor. And it works.
Check out?
I mean, I guess. But good lord.
Velma, have you been hanging out with Fred too much?
Yes, she has.
It's the ridiculous trap scenario. So she did that, and they get out, and then they share this newspaper clip with Mr. Prentice, the owner of the Hawks again. Because, they know his location, they're able to go to his house once again.
Mm-hmm.
And as the gang is talking about that, Scooby and Shaggy try to, sneak away on all fours.
Yep.
And Fred's like, wait, you can't leave now. Shaggy's like, yeah, but I know you're gonna do a trap. I know what that means. Fred's like, yeah, so that means you're here to volunteer, right? Oh, Fred.
And they just faint.
Oh, Fred. You silly, silly boy.
Prentice puts in the newspaper that, hey, the players that were kidnapped have been found. There's one more practice tonight. And Fred, getting Shaggy and Scooby to disguise themselves as Crunch Connors and Flash Granger. And they're in a locker, and Fred's eventually like, screw this, I'm gonna open it up. What?
No, I've just realized why they had to make the guy black.
Why?
Because Scooby's brown.
Oh, I don't like that.
Yeah, I don't really like that either. It's not even like he matches him. Not that would make it better, but what?
Ew, no.
Listeners, am I insane for this revelation? Because I think this is exactly why.
I mean, that didn't necessarily cross my mind, but maybe.
I was just thinking about it. I'm like, oh yeah, they're replacing the guys. Oh, that's why.
Yeah, but they're both afraid to go back on the field. Fred gets Shaggy out of there. Scooby's still there, and he makes the mistake of going his little and then Fred's like, no, you two.
It's
you get
funny
out there.
because Shaggy's taking up, like, the tall part of the locker, and Scooby, his massive dog size, is taking up just, the top little shelf of the locker. Once again, insane shenanigans. So they have a trick football. It's gonna inflate.
That will inflate.
I want to make a reference here, but again, I don't know enough sports things. But I was in New England when there was the whole Patriots and the footballs thing, so I do know about that.
That was the opposite of what they're doing here, but
true,
yeah,
it is. But it's still, there's a joke to be made. It is a relevant thing.
This is Inflategate instead of Deflategate.
Yes. There we go. I was like, I can't even remember what it's called, but there's a thing. There we go. Cool. So, they're playing the sports ball. They're saying a lot of numbers.
Yep. If you want me to explain why they say all those numbers, I can. But...
You can weigh in here whenever you want.
Ethan,
as I established before this, you let me talk about King Arthur for like 10 minutes.
Sure. So, for those who are unaware, specifically Charlie right now, every team has their own code, essentially, that the quarterback will say to begin every play that will describe what every position needs to do, right? So there are certain numbers, colors, phrases that the quarterback will just rattle off. And everybody has to listen for their specific part. And it's different for every team, so that way only the offense of that team knows what they're supposed to do, in theory. So that's why it's like that.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's kind of nerdy.
Listen, sports is just another fandom. That's all it is.
No, I know that. But it is, like, the most accepted fandom.
It is.
Like, before, nerd culture became more mainstream.
Yeah.
So, they're running. They're doing the running. I do think it's funny that Scooby's only wearing the shirt and the helmet.
Yeah, no pants, no cleats, none of that.
Nothing. But it still fools the ghost.
Clearly.
I guess.
And that football was in the air for so long that they had time to run into the ghost, talk to him. Shaggy remembers, oh shit, there's a football coming. And then Scooby catches it, and Shaggy puts it in his shirt.
I think that's illegal.
It is. But that is not where the shenanigans end, Charlie. Because then they get on a lawnmower. And this is where things really start to take off. Which, by the way, Charlie, we have surpassed our first place already.
I'm not surprised. Because this episode is just a lot. It's just so much. I also did think it was funny when Shaggy bumped into the guy and was like, foul, interference. Do you want to know how often I hear the children say interference lately? Because they are playing catch with a football. It is like 100 times a day. I swear.
There are rules as far as what does and doesn't count as interference.
Yeah. I mean, this is actual football. They're just playing catch.
Yeah, sure.
But it's... I'm just like, what? Where did you, 7-year-old child, learn this?
Probably
Apparently.
If their parents had presumably the Bears game on TV.
Presumably. So we have lawnmower.
Yes, we have
Shaggy
lawnmower.
is driving. Scooby is dragging in the air behind him.
Yes.
The team is running this way and that way, and the Phantom is running after them. The gang is running away as well.
They run over a bench and turn into wood chips.
Poor bench. They drive into the Hawks, van?
Yeah.
listen, this had a fucking ramp for them to get into it. It was
Presumably
prepared.
that's where the mower was originally.
Probably. I think it's funny because Shaggy and Scooby are like, oh no, he's got us. Or no, Fred's like, oh, he's got Shaggy and Scooby. And then after the next thing that happens, I was like, no, Shaggy and Scooby's got him.
Yep.
because
they somehow turn the mower around and blast out the doors again.
And he flips and is sitting on the back of it. Scooby is now sitting in front of Shaggy on here, like the front part of the lawnmower. And then they go up the stairs into the stadium. I adore this part so much.
They mow down more seating and turn it into better seating.
They turned it into like movie theater seats.
Yeah.
Like beautiful seats with cushions. They keep going up the stairs, and somehow the guy gets off. He runs for the exit. He's just trying to get away from them.
Yep. Scooby and Shaggy go off the top of the stadium using this riding lawnmower as a helicopter until it doesn't work. And their helmets provide enough drag to stop them from seriously injuring themselves.
That's not how that works. That's literally
it's really
not.
It's really not.
Heavy.
They're not. It's not big enough.
It's also just too heavy, right?
Yeah, it is.
That's
There's also holes in helmets for air to get in.
So they fall into this, like, parade float that the guy ended up hiding in. Oh yeah, then they remember the trick football. They shove it in his shirt, the ghost shirt, and he ends up going flying back into the stadium, not dying when he hits the ground.
How is this man not dead after being launched dozens of feet into the air and crashing back onto the field again?
And then Shaggy and Scooby are still in the float, I think. As it's
they're still in the float, and now they're driving it
into the stadium. The ghost is climbing up the pole. They're driving up the pole, and because it is a shark, of course, it has to bite off his bum to pull him down, and that's how they got him. Jesus fucking Christ!
I counted at least 5 or 6 shenanigans during that whole thing.
Okay. So we had stopped with, like, they got on a lawnmower. So they got on the okay, van, getting him on there. That's another.
Yep.
The seats.
Yep.
Flying in the air. Falling. 5. The trick football. That's 6.
Yep.
Him not dying is 7.
Okay, I think I counted correctly then.
And then the pole is 8.
Okay.
Maybe I must have added another one in there, but, like, it's just so many things. And they unmask him finally. My goodness. It's Mr. Ellsworth, the scoreboard keeper.
Except it's not.
Because, does that guy even exist?
No, he doesn't.
No, because that was a really bad disguise. Like, nobody really believed what you said. I'm not gonna lie.
And it's another member of the old coaching staff come to get his revenge.
No way! It's Buck Bender!
Who was never mentioned by name until right now.
They mentioned that it was the old coaching staff in, like, the newspaper clipping.
Yeah, but he was never named specifically as having a grudge.
Yeah, so it's weird.
Yeah,
so they realize, so Bulldog did actually see the Phantom, and this guy disguised himself as random scoreboard keeper, who does not exist.
Yep.
And such and such. Okay, they do explain that the hawk thing did take him away.
Yep.
But it still looks weird.
Yeah, mascots don't do that. They're people. They're not machines.
They get free tickets for all their trouble today.
It's really the absolute least he could do.
Right.
Like, presumably, if this man owns a professional football team, right?
Season passes. Come on.
Right. NFL franchises are worth billions of dollars with a B. Because not only do you have TV rights, you have name, image, and likeness of all the players. You have endorsement deals that they do. Well, that may be more player-specific stuff, but you have, like, concessions and all the, team merch that's being sold. Like, there's a lot of money here. And you give them tickets for one game?
Yep.
One
game. I think they should get season passes.
Yeah, they should.
Now, Ethan, we have one more shenanigan.
Yes.
For the episode.
It's a repeat shenanigan. Yeah.
It's a callback to 2 things, because Scooby is eating a hot dog at the game the next day, and somehow the inflatable football ends up in his hot dog. He bites it.
Well, before we even do that...
Oh, sorry.
Scooby's doing his little cheer routine again, and he does the same thing he did before. He gets into the tuba, gets launched again. So that's a shenanigan.
Well, yeah, that happens after.
No, that happened before.
Because he bites on it and then he goes flying into the tuba.
Hold on. It happens twice.
Oh, okay, cool. That's why.
But either way, the Hawks win the game. Again, 7-0 is a very unusual score for any football game because it means one of two things. Either both teams' defenses are really good, or both teams' offenses are really bad. I don't really know. It could be either one.
I don't know football well enough for this.
That's fair.
I'm just a little guy.
You are a
now,
little guy.
Ethan.
Mm-hmm.
What time is it?
It's terror time again.
I'm gonna add a little bit thing just because I don't know why they didn't show it on this page. I went to the Rambling Ghosts page just like to check on anything there, but they did in fact have him in Scooby-Doo 2, and there's a picture. I think he's pretty cute. They did. They have an image here.
That's not mentioned in the trivia at all.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, what? So somebody needs to get on that once again. So I went to the Rambling Ghost page, and he's just a skeleton guy, and he's got a really big jersey on, and I like him. I like the vibes.
Very good.
I did not mention at all that I really just like the freaking design of the Rambling Ghost. I don't like the name, but I do love the design. Because he does give off terrifying vibes with his face and his eyes. And also, for some reason, his face is glowing at all times.
For the vibes, I guess.
For the vibes. Okay, so the trivia.
Yes.
You wanna do the player numbers?
Yeah. So like I kind of said earlier, when the quarterback is calling out the play that they're doing for any given time, the numbers he's calling out refer to players' numbers. So in this case, players number 1492 are referred to with the quarterback to the year 1492, where the players numbers 17 and 76 are referred to 1776. Now, these are both important American historical dates. However, typically there are, various positions on a football team, and each position has a specific range of numbers that they can use. 92 and 76 are both usually on the group referred to as linemen, who are like the big guys. They're the really big boys. Typically, numbers in the 90s are used by defensive linemen, which I find interesting. And 76, that's an offensive lineman number. And then 14 and 17, those can be wide receiver numbers, which makes sense. But I think they were just trying to make a reference. They weren't actually trying to make it realistic, which is fine.
Yeah, why not? Cultural references. The Rambling Ghost, maybe you take on Red Grange's name, Galloping Ghost. You already talked about that.
And the Wonder Bowl is likely a parody of the Super Bowl. So this is between the Hawks and the Sharks, right? So if we're trying to draw some real world parallels here, this episode came out on December 4th, 1976. Okay, so let's see. So that year, the Super Bowl would have been between the Cowboys and the Steelers. Okay, so they weren't necessarily parallels to be drawn there, but anyway.
You tried.
Yeah. There is a team in the NFL called the Atlanta Falcons, which is probably close enough to the Hawks. And then as far as the Sharks, I don't really know. There's the Miami Dolphins. Yeah, I think that would work. That'd be interesting. Because both the Dolphins won one Super Bowl, and the Falcons may have won one. And they went to one in my lifetime, but they lost. So I'd have to look into that more.
Yeah.
But that is beside the point. Charlie, I know you're just existing. That's fine.
I'm vibing. Ethan, tell me about the shenanigans. We already know that it was surpassed, but how much has it surpassed?
Charlie, we have a new first place with a commanding lead of 47 shenanigans.
More shenanigans than there are minutes in the episode, by far.
It's almost 2-1.
It's insane, truly. Now, the number to beat for Supreme is still 54.
I don't think we'll beat that this season.
I don't think we'll beat that, but that's pretty dang close.
Yeah, and in a shorter time frame, too. I think once we get to, the movies, the actual Scooby-Doo movies, we might beat that. But for the moment, this is our reigning champion for shenanigans.
Yeah, it certainly is. Now, where do we want to rate this out of 5 Scooby snacks?
This is 47 shenanigans in a trench coat. There is no plot here, but I enjoyed it very much. 3.5.
I was going to go with 3.5 as well. There's a chance I could have gone higher, but then I realized the things. I'm like,
yeah.
Not great.
Yeah.
Whose side are we on? The side of this guy that has a grudge? Or literally anyone else here?
Yeah. I truly don't know. I would say I'm on Flash Granger and Crunch Connor's side because they're just victims in all this. They didn't deserve that.
And they got some pretty cool names, so I like them.
Cool. I have to adjust the size on our spreadsheet now to accommodate for both names.
Yep, that's what I'm working on. Amazing, beautiful, wonderful. We have done it. We did it. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
We did a sports ball.
We did.
Well, now that we have won the game, I guess we're gonna go split up and look for clues for our next mystery.
Bye.
You can follow this podcast's socials at Mysteries in the Machine Pod on Instagram. You can send a message to our email, mysteriesinthemachinepod@gmail.com. Be sure to give us a rating, a review, or let your friends and followers know how much you love the podcast. That really helps. You can follow me, Charlie, at GreenPixie12 on most platforms. I also have an art Instagram at GreenPixieDraws.
You can find me, Ethan, on Instagram and Threads at ethan.t.hewlin. Our music was written and produced by Jason Hilton. You can find him at Negative Selections on Instagram.
Touchdown! Sports!